Alright, guys. Unprofitable Diaries, day 15, I believe. In today's video, I'll be covering order blocks, and I was thinking about for today covering order blocks and then tomorrow covering breaker blocks, but I don't really use breaker blocks anymore in my trading, almost at all. So maybe I'll just go briefly over like what breaker block is in this video, or I'll maybe just skip it. But in today's video, the main focus is going to be order blocks, and that is what I'm going to go through today. So I'll just briefly go over it. It's not the most used conference that I use, but I use it from time to time. So I'll just go over it simply. So yeah, order blocks. What is order blocks, and how can we spot them, and what do they mean? So first of all, I'm just going to tell you guys that. Now you know what? I'll just write it out like this. An order block is typically the last bullish candle before a strong move down. An order is typically it's either the last bullish candle before move down, or the last bearish candle before a strong move up. That's it. Yeah. So basically, my understanding of it is that it's kind of like supply and demand zones. Now I don't really remember which one is supply and which one is demand, but for example here, this is a supply or demand zone. I think supply is underneath, I'm not sure. This is a supply zone because it is the last bearish candle before a strong move up. And this is also an order block. That is basically also an order block. We have a move down, we actually sweep a low, we take out a low, liquidity sweep as we spoke about. We then actually have a break of structure to the upside, and this break of structure to the upside and this inverse for value gap, that also is a strong reversal sign. We go down, sweep, then we inverse the value gap, and we break structure to the upside. This indicates that this is an order block because this strong move actually also breaks structure, which means it reverses. And that indicates that the last bearish candle before this strong move up is the order block. And the last bullish candle, which is a blue one, just to make it clear, the blue candlesticks are the bullish candlesticks, the black candlestick are the bearish candlesticks. So we have this bullish candlestick, and then we have a strong move down. That indicates that this is the order block. Now, in this scenario, we do not have a retracement into the order block and respect it, but that's all good because you have to combine the order block with other conferences in order for it to work. So now I'm just spotting them for you guys. So it's kind of like supply and demand zones, and so that is actually pretty simple. It is oh my god, it is just the last move in the opposite direction of a strong move. That you can also put it like that. Where did my text go? There. So basically, it is the last move in the opposite direction of a strong move. The last candlestick, actually. The last candlestick in the opposite direction of a strong move. And we'll just let it be on here. And I don't really want to confuse you guys much more on that. I'll just try and find some scenarios where we actually respect this. Uh, 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 This could be a scenario. Now, just for context, it doesn't matter what time frame you're on when you spot these. I'll actually, you know what? I'll just spot it on the 5 minute. It's just easier. That's where I used to spot them. Yeah, you see, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Over here we can actually see that we've got a strong move up, and this move breaks structure to the upside multiple times. So that not multiple times, because you can only break structure one time, but we break above multiple highs, which this indicates a strong move. And as we spoke about before, the order block is the last candle in the opposite direction of the strong move. So because this was a bullish strong move, the candlestick is the last bearish candlestick before the strong move. So the last bearish candlestick is this one, and you mark it out with the wick, is what I do, and you just draw it over. And as you can see here, we actually respect it, because it just, for both fair value gaps and order blocks, it does not matter if we wick outside, because it is about if we close outside. If we would have closed outside on this side of this order block, this would not have been a valid order block anymore. But we actually respect it. And if it is a bearish candlestick, that is the order block, then it's called a bullish order block. And if it is a bullish candlestick, that is the order block. For example, like, just mark this out, like this one, then it is a bearish order block, because when we come down into this bullish order block, we go higher. We come up into this bearish order block, then we go lower. And that is basically it. So just make sure to just remember that it's all right to wick outside. That doesn't matter, because that doesn't invalidate it. It is if we close outside of it that it gets invalidated. And I just want to make sure something here that I forgot to say actually in the inverse fair value gap video. Let me just find an inverse fair value gap. Here, perfect. This is an inverse fair value gap. As you can see, we are in bearish order flow. Order flow is just direction. We bearish direction, then we inverse this fair value gap, and that means we are probably reversing. And as we can see, we absolutely reversed. We went from bearish to bullish. But if this would have just been a wick, if we didn't close outside, but we just wicked outside, so you had these tails outside of it, that would not have been an inverse fair value gap. The body has to close outside. It's not enough with just a wick for it to be an inverse. The body has to close outside of the fair value gap in order for it to be inversed. I know I just covered that in an order block video, but as you can see here, these are actually highly respected zones. As you can see, we come up here actually 3 times, 4 times, and respect this before we actually break through it. So the order block will come up 1 time down, 1 time down, second time down, third time down, fourth time down, and we actually have a 5th time where, as you can see, it doesn't matter if we wick outside. As long as we don't build outside, then it's still valid. And when we've tapped into it a couple of times, it starts to get invalidated, no matter what. But still, and we actually get a bit of bearish momentum, and then we break through it, which means now this is not an order block at all anymore. That is basically everything for order block. Now I spotted that for you guys. Now breaker blocks. My understanding of a breaker block is actually the opposite move before the order block. So now I have barely used breaker blocks actually, and I barely backtested it. I have barely tested it on my strategy. But if this is the order block, then the breaker block is a failed order block actually. So if this is the order block, this bearish candle, then it is the candlestick in opposite direction before the order block. So this is not an order block. Some people even say they're both order blocks, but I just include the candlestick just before the strong move. But the candlestick that is in the opposite color before this order block is the breaker block. That is it for the breaker block. And in this scenario, as you can see, we actually tap into the breaker block, but not the order block, because I'll try and describe this. The breaker block is the candlestick Let me just remove that from so I don't accidentally talk about it. Oh shit. Never mind. The breaker block is the candlestick in opposite direction before the order block. So now it is a bullish order block. It is a bullish order block because we want to turn bullish when we tap into it, but it is a bearish candlestick. And the breaker block is then the candlestick before the order block. So, which is this blue candlestick right here. This one. This blue candlestick. And what do we do? As you can actually see here, this is the breaker block. I'll just put a template on it. It's just called BB, and then the order block is called an OB in my templates. And as you can actually see, this is a breaker block marked out. So I'll just remove the order block for now. This is a breaker block, and as you can actually see, we have the strong push up, and then we have the retrace into this. We both have a retrace into this fair value gap, as we talked about, the imbalance of a candlestick where the wick doesn't connect. This fair value gap, 5-minute fair value gap. We have a retrace into that, but we actually also tap into the breaker block, which could have been a signal for us to enter longs, which is buy. And if we would have bought here somewhere and targeted some highs, we would have hit TP. We would have won the trade because we come down and tap into the breaker block, and then we go higher. That is going to be everything for this order block, a little bit of breaker block, and a quick inverse fair value gap thing that I wanted to say. That is my understanding of it. You guys make sure to like and subscribe to follow this journey towards profitability and support this YouTube series. My name is Matthias Albon. I'm 16 years old, and I'm an unprofitable day trader who is showcasing his journey towards profitability. Trading day today, later on in a couple of hours, I will be posting a recap if I take a trade, no matter if it's a winner or a loss. And right now, I just blew my funded. Not that good, but I'm starting to get a hold of the things. I need to get some psychology things in check too, of course. But I'll be trading demo for the last of October, these last few days, and then whole of November, and whole of December, and then January 2026. If my November and December's demo trading is somewhat profitable, I'll buy a top step eval, I think. And that's gonna be everything for this video, guys. You guys make sure to like, subscribe to support the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and in tomorrow's video I will probably be talking about SMT divergences and then equilibrium. We've got some other we've got 1, 2, 3 other like strategy stones, and then we've also got a concept that I use sometimes, that I can sometimes use to trade with, to know like somewhat what direction we want to go in. And once we're done with that, I'll go through some of the other things like my stop loss and take profits, my risk management, my trading plan, how I read daily bias, my pre-market routine, how I enter trades, journaling, backtesting. And then we've got a couple of other videos, and then we're somewhat done with this series. And just to note, I am not a profitable trader. I'm unprofitable, and I'm just showcasing everything I've learned so far as a 16-year-old unprofitable day trader. And I've been trading for somewhat soon a year, I think, or I've been learning day trading for a year now. In a couple of weeks, I've been learning it for a year, but I've been trading for like 6 months, 7 months, I think. But enough yapping. And in tomorrow's video, I will be talking about SMT divergences, which will not be something that everybody needs. It is something that people who trade correlating assets will need. You probably don't know what that means yet, but I'll tell you tomorrow. No, I'm not profitable, I'm unprofitable. And in today's video, we talked about order blocks, breakerblocks, and just a quick inverse fair value gap thing that I forgot to say. So you guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow.